Hello, my name's Tim, welcome to Tim Burbage Reads, and today I'm going to be talking to you about The Long War by Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter. This is book 2 in the Long Earth cycle. I think there's 5 books in total in the series, and this is book 2 following on from The Long Earth. The Long Earth is book 1, and then I think you have The Long Mars, and then maybe The Long Cosmos. And then maybe there's a 5th one. I don't know. I don't know, and I'm never going to find out because I'm not continuing on with this series. What's this about? This follows on from the first book, obviously, where people discover that there are parallel Earths. So you can step between Earths. You can go one step west or one step east, and you find the same Earth, but slightly different. The big difference between all of the other Earths, parallel Earths, and R1, which is known as the datum Earth, is that R1 is the only one with sentient human life on it. All the others haven't had any sentient human life. There may be other kind of creatures have grown. Maybe an asteroid hit in a slightly different way. Maybe there was an extra long ice age or something happened. So every world is different. And the first book I gave 3 stars to. And I found the concept very interesting. The story was about exploration. And, they go and they find something new, and then they move on, and then they find something else new on a different Earth, and they keep going. And then at the end, there was a big twist, which I really didn't like, because it kind of came out of nowhere. And I was wondering how this book would pick up from that twist. And it just doesn't. The impact of the end of the first book is not really felt here. We jump forward 10 years, and there's still now, instead of looking at exploration, we're now looking at themes of government and governance and control. How do you if someone is in America and then they step to another world, is that still part of America? It's the same landmass, but it's a different Earth, but it's, how does all that work? We also have these creatures who are native to the Long Earth, as they call it, they call them trolls. They can step between worlds naturally, biologically. There's what's the relationship with them? You see how we interact with other humanoid creatures in this. You see how trade develops. You see how cities can grow, and the hunter-gatherer lifestyle, which previously had a ceiling of population, which is why humans developed farming. When you have basically unlimited resources and you can step between worlds, the hunter-gatherer lifestyle can be done on scale. That kind of stuff's quite interesting. The book is not interesting. We follow way too many characters. Way too many. We follow the main guy from last time, Joshua Valiente. We follow his wife. We follow his old kind of mentor character. We follow his compatriot who went traveling in the last book. We follow a US kind of mission across the worlds. We follow a Chinese mission across the worlds. We follow a pastor from the church who is also finding out stuff. And that's all the thing I can think of from the top. Oh, we also follow a woman who is a natural stepper, and we follow a detective from the original Earth. That's a lot of perspectives to juggle, and this book's 500 pages, and the end result is that not very much happens for very large chunks of the book. I was reading this with my eyes. I got this from the library, that's why it's all shiny, and I think 2.5 weeks in, I'd read like 200 pages, and nothing was making me want to grab it. So I found an audiobook on it, and I finished it off on audio in like 5-6 days. So I'm pleased that I got to the end, but otherwise I would have been very happily to DNF this. There's just not enough happening. Everything is so dragged out, so stretched, because you're jumping between these perspectives that I do not care about, investigating things that I do not care about. And they may come up bigger later in the series, but I don't care about later in the series. I care about this book. And we tread the same ground, literally, quite a few times, looking at the same themes, and it just wasn't very good. I just didn't enjoy it. I just didn't enjoy it. If you really like this book, that's fine. I'm not saying that the book is bad. I'm saying that I found the book bad and boring. I'm going to give this book 2 stars. Not quite 1 star. I didn't hate the book. You know, I didn't actively dislike the choices that were being made or what the book was trying to say or how the book was written. I just didn't enjoy reading it. I would read it for a bit and then want to put it down. I would read 10 pages and be like, yes, I don't really care what happens next. Or if nothing was making me want to read it, you know? So it's a bit of a shame. I don't like not reading good books. But yeah, so I'm done with the Long Earth series. I got this one from the library. I will be returning it and I will not be getting any others. So let me know in the comments below if you finished the series and is it worth it? And I'll see you in the next one. Now, get out of my house!